Good morning.
Good morning.
So it's been raining forever, and it's been raining for so long that this spot right here is soggy and leaning over. So that gate is really hard to open. Are you scared to jump down? You know you're a chicken, right? And you have wings?
We got love that will never
Come on,
get
honey.
too high. Love will always rise above. Whatever comes, we will be just fine. If I'm yours and you are mine. Take my hand and let's fly away to another galaxy. Hold me close, I want to feel your love. Together we are free. Just be
Look who showed up to
with
work
me.
in her nightgown and her cowgirl boots.
With me. Just be with me. Now we're one with the sun over our heads, and at night we'll be the stars. We can go any place that we want to. I don't care if that's too far. Take my hand and let's fly away to another galaxy. Hold me close, I want to feel your love. Together we are free. Just be with me. Just be with me. Just be with me.
All right, so the microphone just broke that we use, so the audio probably sounds a little bit different. But anyway, we're kind of behind on where we had planned to be with this flock. Like at least a month. 3 weeks, 4 weeks ago, they should have been out here. But May has been a rough month for weather here. We've got a ton of rain, and living in a new place, you don't really know where the rain runs off to. We know now. And one of those spots is like where we get standing water and where it settles is the one spot we decided to put this thing. Go figure, right? You got all this property and you stick the coop in the one spot that does this. Yeah, so that's fun. Christina, I don't know what we're gonna do with all this water. This is really soft. The pasture kind of slopes back this way, so it's kind of wet back there. So needless to say, even had we got them out, the electric netting wouldn't have worked well because it doesn't work good in this taller grass, and moving them around on the side-by-side probably would have been a little difficult. Yeah, not good for the pasture and rutted it up. We've been trying to stay off of it. Unfortunately, over here where we come to feed in the morning, and well, that spot over there is off limits now. Mama did some mudding while I was at work.
No, it was a torrential downpour for 4 days. And I had to feed the chickens.
Yeah, so she rutted it up. It's all good though.
Let's talk about the front yard, Jeff.
So anyway, we've had a lot of water, and we've had some setbacks which have been disappointing, just due to the fact that everything's been so wet that you can't get out and mow, you can't get out and put the chicken tractor out coop. So the mobile coop's not even built yet, but that's something I'm going to work on this week to get done. We've got the lumber. We gave everything short of our kids away to buy it, but we have it because we're going to do it. So hopefully we'll get it done next week and a half. And I think the rain is on the downward spiral
This
of,
week is supposed
of
to
going
rain,
away.
but
Yeah.
supposed to go
So like next week we should be on the road of drying out, because we've had a couple days where it rained and then it started to dry out and we were looking pretty good, and then it rained again. So it's just nothing can actually ever dry out. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. But we have tadpoles.
Yep.
I say we turn this spot into a pond and we get ducks.
And we get baby tadpoles.
And we move the barn to over there maybe.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna have to do something about this area.
And then make this a pond for ducks.
Yeah,
And geese.
about that. We'll see.
And then we'll have a duck.
I know, but let's
Let
go.
the land do what it wants to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's get out of here because the mosquitoes are tearing me up.
They are getting me too. Like,
All right, so couple future projects. So we figured out there's like a natural fall with the way the water wants to go. So it comes down from behind the shop, runs down right here, runs through here, washes out our gravel road,
And into that little
comes through here and goes down and makes a cool little creek.
Yep.
That kind of zigzags through there and then off into the next, into the trees and off into the next property. So it's really cool, but it also washes down the road this way. So you can see where all the gravel and everything's washed out here. Pretty much all this area here is getting washed out with the amount of rain. And then up over here, this is just mud with a little bit of road base underneath it. And so we have plans in this area to pour road base and make a parking area so we don't have to park back here away from the door. So this area is something that will be a work in progress that I will show you guys when we get started, but it needs to dry out. I've got like 36 tons of gravel we're gonna put down, or at least start with. We probably are gonna end up needing more than that. And that was something I was gonna do several weeks ago, but the rain never let up, and it's not a good time to put road base down when the ground's wet because it'll just soak into the mud. So, but we'll see. You got a box?
Yeah.
What is it?
A box.
A box.
it is
Yeah.
a box.
It is a box.
What's
in
inside
it?
the box?
And the data box. The another box is for everyone.
Oh yeah. Do you know what it is?
So we had the box yesterday. Not even one little bit.
So with our first farmers market this weekend, it's actually pretty cool. So we moved here and we knew that we wanted to get to a point where we were selling at a farmers market and being a part of that. And Stina and I said that if there isn't one, we're going to make one. And we had something that was just as good as that. Is we found somebody that was already making one, and this is the first one. So we get to kind of be a part of the startup. It's going to turn into being more than just a farmer's market. They have plans for a community garden and a bunch of other cool things, and we're pretty excited to be able to be a part of that. But this weekend, this Saturday, is going to be the first farmer's market, and so we have been hoarding as many of our eggs from our hens as we can, which means that we've had to cut back on our consumption a little bit in order to have and not really sell to anybody else, so we could show up on Saturday and have some stuff to sell. And we didn't find out about any of this going on till
3 weeks ago.
no,
3 weeks
it was about the beginning of May.
Okay.
So it's been about a month. So we're pretty excited about it. So I think we're going to open it up and get some egg cartons out. And what did you make, Mama?
I made labels because we have to follow FDA guidelines here, and you have to show the address where the chickens came from, the name of your farm, and we bought pre-printed egg cartons that have the FDA guidelines printed on them for as far as refrigeration and all of that, just to make our lives a tiny bit easier. In the future, we'll have a stamp that looks a little nicer than this, but in a pinch, it worked out fine.
Can we?
They're gonna have our Shadow Tree Homestead on them now. So cool. So yes, they have the FDA guidelines printed. Look great.
So,
And they're recyclable, they're not plastic.
yeah. Also, it states in order to sell backyard eggs, things like that, at the farmer's market, you're not allowed to reuse cartons. So, like, we saved a ton of cartons just to store eggs, but you can't like reuse a store carton that you bought. So, if you want to check with where you live, but here you have to buy new ones. They will come pre-printed, like Stina said, with the FDA stuff. You just have to put your own label on it. And I think one guy that we bought from at the farmer's market, he just wrote on it there with Sharpie. I mean,
Yeah,
so you don't have to do
just
anything fancy.
simple. Yeah, this was easy. We just use our normal label that we have for everything on our YouTube and everything, and I just added the address at the top. So.
Your golden smile, feel of 1,000 kisses. Oh, please stay a while. I'll reach up to hold
That's legit.
your